go. Yeah, so we are going on a very short little journey to see what we come across that either we've already let go of, that we've already shedded, or some little final remnants that are still there. But the most important part about what we are about to do is we're trying not to think, we're trying to feel. So we're feeling what things you've already let go of, and we're feeling what's still there that wants to leave. But we're not thinking about it. We're not going to try and rationalize it. And that might be tricky or hard sometimes, but all we can do is try. So if still your thoughts come up and they want to interfere, just let them be there. Don't judge them. And eventually, just like a cloud, they'll float away. So we'll start by just, you can close your eyes, keep them open, whatever is most comfortable for you. And we're going to take a deep breath in, just for a few seconds. And whenever you've reached the capacity of your lungs, just hold it for a bit. And as you exhale, feel the freedom to make noise and to sigh. And we do it again. And gently make sure that your shoulders are dropped. Wiggle a bit with your neck, maybe feels a bit stiff. And what's smooth. And final, deep, but also big, wide, and open. Breath in. Try to notice if you feel anything in your, the position you're in right now, how you're sitting. Do you feel any tense parts? Or some parts colder, warmer than the other? And as you notice those sensations inside your body, we're starting to feel back over the past month. And how does the past feel? Is it warm? Is it cold? Does your chest tighten as you feel back over the past month? What sensations can you observe right now? Does it make you smile? Does it make you sad? And just try to keep taking some deep breaths in between, not continuously. And if you were to compare whatever you feel over that past month to how you're feeling right now, there a difference? Maybe there's a little knot for your tummy. Little cramps somewhere, goosebumps, or maybe nothing. Because if you feel back and you don't feel much, that's actually a very good sign. Because it means that whatever happened, it's not flaring up your system anymore. And all the things that have happened, both good and bad, but that you've had to say goodbye to, whether that was over the past month or the past year or even over your complete past life so far. We're gathering those things and you decide which things. And we're holding a little basket. We're gathering those things inside the basket. And it's completely up to you which events or people or things or situations you want to put into that basket. It can be moments that make you like feel very warm, for instance, warm and fuzzy, and they make you smile. But it can also be things that you're like, wow, that was very intense. But I'm proud of how I handled that situation. Maybe you weren't able to handle the situation how you would want to, but at least you're aware of that. Because that's also already a very big step. And now that we have everything in our basket, we are going to step through the portal. And this is your own sacred portal. So try to imagine how you want your portal to look like and where it stands. Could be in the middle of the desert, could be in a forest, a portal made of branches woven together. It could be in a field, a portal, a door that is, its frame is braided flowers. Just imagine your portal. And with your basket in hand, you stand before the portal and you take one final deep breath in. And as you exhale, whenever you're ready, step through the portal with your bare feet. And the second you step through that portal, your feet step into this big field of soil. Soil in which nothing has been planted yet. Or maybe there's already something planted. Maybe you've already planted some seeds. But we've stepped through that portal again to feed the soil with the remnants of this past period. Because those remnants are what are the very thing that's going to make your seeds grow even better. So as you spread out everything that's inside your basket, and you mix it with the soil that's already there, you water it, talk to it, and maybe, because now we're here anyway, in your own garden, a garden that you can always access through that very portal. It's always inside of yourself. And it's a garden that no one else can step into. It's yours and yours only. But while we're there, we might want to plant some extra seeds. We might want to plant not goals, not specific tasks or things that you want to accomplish, but what we're planting are feelings. How do you want the rest of this year, or maybe just the rest of spring or summer? How do you want them to feel? Are there already certain events on your agenda of which you know that they might trigger you? How do you want to feel this time during those moments, or days, or weeks? And maybe it's even travels or holidays that you would normally stress about. And then once you're there, it's almost as if you dissociate and you can't really enjoy it. How do you want to feel leading up to those moments? Because that might already create a big difference in how you're actually going to experience this time. So don't forget that the garden you're in right now is a place that you can always come back to visit. But also know that if you don't come back to water your seeds and to care for them, they might not grow. And also don't forget that before your seeds will become visible little plants above the ground, they first need a while to grow their roots underground in the dark, in the shadows. But we still have to care for them, even though we can't see them. And by now, your basket is empty. We haven't just thrown away the things that were in there. You still carry those events and things and people with you, but in a way where they help you. And they're not against you. You gather your empty basket. You take one final look over your beautiful garden, where you can't wait to return to when the seeds are starting to sprout. But don't forget to come back in the meantime to water them. And as you turn around, you step back through the portal. Notice how you feel right now. How does your body feel? How do your feet feel? Are your shoulders still heavy? And now that the portal is closed, and it's not visible anymore to anyone else in your surroundings, slowly, slowly come back to yourself and to this very present moment. Maybe start to gently tap with your fingers on parts of your body, legs, belly, arms, face, and gently bring yourself back to yourself. And then when you're ready, you can open up your eyes again. Take some water, whatever you have around, something to hydrate. And we'll save our little ritual thingies for the next call. Because I do want to spend the whole call just devoted to that topic. Just as a final, or if someone of you has to go right now, that's also. I would just like to hear from each one of you how you've experienced that living journey. Who wants to start? What about you, Marjolein?
I was surprised. The past few months were pretty wild. But when I felt back how it was, I came in this really peaceful place. And it was like I could look from a distance towards it. And it, yeah, I felt so peaceful. All that happened, I know why. I don't know, I just felt, yeah, well, I felt peaceful. Yeah, and that was really nice.
And that's why we don't throw away everything that happened. That's why we use it again. Feed the soil.
Yeah.
What about you, Haley?
After just crying all over my computer. I'm sorry about that. It was very nice, and I used to be outside a lot as a kid because we had horses and a lot of land, and I guess just now I realized how much all of being around the trees and everything really helped me as a kid. And even though everything I was going through at the time, when I was planting the emotions and everything, I felt like I was able to go back there and not go back there in like a state of, oh, I went through this, but as like, oh, this helped me get where I am now, and just how grateful I am, and that I wouldn't change any of it. Like you said, not to get rid of it, but to kind of help me now, you know, and also be able to relate to other people based on those experiences. It was very nice. Very peaceful after I walked back through the.
A little secret to you guys, this was completely unprepared. So I was even myself, I was just like, oh, this is such a nice place to be. Oh, that was
You
beautiful.
just made that up just now?
I made everything up on the spot. Yeah.
That's awesome.
What about you,
Felt
Tasmia?
very nice.
Oh, that's so good to hear. Thank you.
Before I start, that you just made that up. That was so powerful. That was very beautiful.
Oh, thank
Very
you.
beautiful.
I want to do more of this stuff. This is completely new for me. Like hosting that first planting seeds or looking back and planting seeds call on the Brand Castle was the first time I ever did something like this. And it's just been something that I've always wanted to do, but I've always been too scared to do it.
No, I haven't joined anything in Brandcastle, but I saw something that you wrote about the planting seed, and it was so powerful. Like Marjorie, I know you mentioned you wrote on it, and I'm kind of getting the courage to speak up.
Yeah.
But the planting seed thing that you posted on Brandcastle was very powerful. It was very moving.
We're doing it every. Thank you, Iodine. That's so sweet. We're doing it every quarter in the Brand Castle. So like looking back over the past quarter and feeling, well, not looking back, correct myself, feeling back. And also like planting seeds and feeling forward to the next quarter. So that one will, yeah, that's a keeper. Oh, but it was so nice to be able to integrate it here as well, because normally it's like the journeys that Asia takes everyone on are like unbelievable. But she was at the planting seeds call as well, and she was like, wow, that was beautiful. And I was like, wow, even for you. Oh, so nice. But yeah, but how did it feel?
So I'm not gonna get too deep, but I do have to mention one of the biggest things that I've been navigating, besides my marriage completely falling apart, was also really seeing the truth of my childhood and just how blinding it was, and just the role that my mother played. And she's been away for a month, and I've gone on this journey, and it was in terms of this, like I said before, this month was very powerful for me, and I think I've moved certain stages with my ex too. But then all the mother stuff, I spoke to her today, and it just it was extremely sad in a way to kind of be like, I know the role I need to play, but it's still my inner child that is still longing for her to see. And that was what the biggest issue was this morning. Again, I spent an hour trying to talk to her, and I was like, there's no point. So as I walked before I walked into the portal, that was one of the biggest things. I had my inner child with me and saying, it's okay. You know why all this was meant to happen the way it did.
Yeah.
And it's okay to just feel the pain. It's one thing to understand the purpose of it, but to truly feel the pain of all that, everything that's shattered. And I think that's what has been happening the last week. Haley, you mentioned like January 26th. I feel like that's when it really started for me too. Is like the last layer of shedding. All this started hitting me. And so as I was walking through, I had my children come with me too. I wasn't thinking of them, but then it's like I felt like they were holding my hands. So I was like, okay, we're going through this portal together, because we are in this journey together. And I was able to really let go. I planted the seeds and put out whatever other people's journeys are, and where they are capable of meeting me, they are. Like, I'll be honest, I see a little bit of growth in my ex to a certain degree. And I had moments last week where I was like, did I really have to destroy everything? Shed my entire world? What if he was able to see? Maybe. But I know everything happens for a reason. And I know all the purpose and why. And I mean, the shedding part, I would like to say hopefully a lot of it's done, but it probably isn't. These wounds are very deep and huge. But I am, like, it was wild, just kind of after planting those and saying, it's okay, let them be, grow how they are. I'm growing me. And we had this moment in there, like you mentioned, okay, it's a soil, but I saw grass as soon as I walked in there, and there was this beautiful waterfall, and my daughter is surrounded by fairies. She's been surrounded by fairies since for a while. There were fairies and we were playing, and I keep telling myself when I'm mindful that I'm creating heaven on earth. Forget about everything that's happening in 3D right now.
Yeah.
We are creating heaven on earth. And that's where I was. And the joy, the peace. So thank you.
That's so. And it's true, like what you're taking yourself, the world you're taking yourself to on that journey, it does exist because it exists within you. And it's very real. And it might not be real on a level where most people can reach, but it is very real. Yeah. What about you, Mona?
I was sometimes a little distracted because I was thinking of some things I went through. Maybe it was also a little bit like shedding, and then I tried to get present again, and then I felt peaceful too. Really, everything else just disappeared for a while, and I was just being. Yeah.
And it's so fascinating to me that like all of you are mentioning how you felt peaceful. But it wasn't just me leading you on that journey. You always have that peace inside of yourself. The only thing you have to do is remind yourself, slow down, check in, and boop, there it is. It's not something you can ever lose. You might lose it out of your sight for a while, but it's always there to access. You just have to know how. Well, thank all of you. It was so nice today to be here. And I'll put this, like the part from the journey, up in school. So if you just want to revisit that whenever, it will be there to go on that little journey again. And so we are indeed saving the topic of our little rituals, which I am still very excited about. But for now, I want to thank all of you so much for being here. And I don't know what's the week. Oh yeah, it's Asia's Foundation of Practices on Tuesday, and Anna's Nature Wisdom on Friday. So we have two things coming this week, because Anna's Nature's Wisdom is a keeper. That's been integrated in the calendar now. So super excited about that.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
The first one was really amazing. Yeah.
And that's literally what we want the purpose of this place to be. Like there's so much room for everyone to step into their light and to share their gifts. If you ever feel like the Earth, or you feel like you're ready or whatever, just let us know. Yeah. Well, thank you all. And I hope to see all of your beautiful faces very soon. And have a great night, day, wherever you are. What's left of the Sunday? Mine's almost over.
I just wanted to say,
Oh, yeah.
like I said initially when I came in, I was quite frazzled and I wasn't even sure if I wanted to just escape today. But I'm so happy I joined, and hearing all your stories and just the way to feel seen, to know that we're not alone, to know that we're navigating this together. And thank you. I think we probably all agree that it's hard to find safe places, and every time when you do find a safe place, you realize it's not. And I'm still treading carefully with that, but it was very moving today. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That means the world saying that, especially like the whole journey Avalon's been on as well this year. So hearing that it definitely feels like a safe space absolutely means the world to me and to Asia as well. Thank you for sharing. Yes, Marjolein.
Yeah, I thought I better say something now before I chicken out again. I am ready to do something. No, it's been in my head for weeks, but I keep chickening out. But I prepared a meditation, about 50 minutes or so. And I would love it if I could have the opportunity to do that with you. Well, not today.
Yeah.
But
I'll get
if
that
that's
with
okay with
Asia,
you.
but we might be able to do that on the next Golden Circle.
Oh, thank you.
So that would be March 8th on a Sunday. I'll check it with Asia, but I'm pretty sure that's 100% good. Yes! You go! Wonderful. Well, that's it. That's what we're moving towards. That's the Fire Horse energy. And everything this year is Leo, and half of my chart is in Leo. My name is Leo, so I just dropped my crystal. So yeah, if I literally catch on fire somewhere this year, you know what happened. So anyway, I love all of you. And now I'm hungry, so I'm going to eat. And I'll see all of you lovely ones very soon.
Thank you, Leo. Thank you, everyone.
Thank
It was
you.
wonderful.
Bye.